As you can tell from the title, I am trying to acquire all 32 first round picks for the upcoming draft. It could be, I guess, the year after, depends how I want to set it up. Now, I've done this before, and I don't think I've been successful. I think it caps you at the number of first round picks you're allowed to have. So my new strategy, I think, will be maybe acquiring future picks and doing it the next year while simultaneously trading players and starting with that first overall pick and systematically making trades as I go through the first round. That's my strategy. Some things might make this impossible, like we've seen in the past. I might have to end up disabling salary cap because there are associated values with each first round pick, and that will stop you from getting picks because you don't have the money to pay that draft pick. So we're going to try and get creative here. I'm doing the Cowboys just because they've got a really good roster overall, particularly on offense. Dak Prescott's going to have good value. Zeke's going to have good value. Amari Cooper. A lot of these trades might happen at the midseason mark. Micah Parsons going to have immense value. So we're going to trade as many players as we can. The only goal is to try and get every first round pick. Maybe I'll simulate a season after and see how successful they are. But the main goal, get every first rounder. We're going to jump to the midseason mark where probably a lot of the trades are going to happen. My main idea with that, I guess, is that the players will have their max value because they're going to get upgraded. For the guys who are not going to be under contract, that's the perfect spot to trade them. And I think the best way to do this is going to be by trading for future picks because they're a little bit less valuable. So it's going to be a pretty involved process, but I think I should be able to make a really good run at getting it done. The sponsor of today's video is Fetch Rewards. It's a downloadable app. You can get it on Android, you can get it on iPhone, and you scan receipts for the purpose of getting rewards like Visa or Amazon gift cards. It's a completely free app as well, and the cool thing is it doesn't matter how long the receipt is. What you'll do is you'll take a picture, and maybe even two if you need to, and the app will stitch them together for you. After that, you'll hit submit, and you'll get points back to save money on basically anything possible. Go over to the rewards section. You can get something at Amazon or Best Buy and basically any store you want. If you prefer shopping online too, it's even easier to scan receipts. Just hit the E button and it'll scan your email for eligible receipts and you get coupon points back. So get yourself started and sign up via the link in the description and use code BENGAL to get 3,000 points for free when you scan your first receipt. Again, that's the first link in the description, and use code BENGAL to get started today. Thank you to Fetch for sponsoring the video. A lot of guys on super long-term contracts here, which is good, but Michael Gallup, Randy Gregory, you know, all these guys with expiring contracts, they're going to have to be traded this year. Some of them will obviously have a lot more value than others. Like, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find any suitors for Damontae Kazee. I don't know. I'll do what I can. Trading Dalton Schultz and Michael Gallup, as well as a 6th rounder this year for a 1st rounder next year from the Panthers. I think the strategy is going to be trade for 2023 picks and then make this happen in 2023. Just based on the way the contracts are with this Cowboys team, I don't really have to make any moves this year. A lot is going to happen next year. Trading Leighton Vander Esch, Randy Gregory, and a 1st round pick this year for a 1st rounder from the Texans, projected to be number 2 overall in 2023. Also getting a 4th rounder this year. It's just going to be a lot of moves, just back to back to back to back to back, trying to get it to all work. So yeah, we're just going to keep grinding away. And I hate to say it, we're probably nearing the limit of the players we can trade, just because with the new update, a lot of guys just don't have value. Malik Hooker for a 2nd round pick next year from the Jaguars works. This is kind of what I'm talking about. The Cowboys, which is me, say we don't feel we could afford to move a player at X position right now, which I guess would be free safety, since Damontae Kazee is the final free safety on the roster. So that will start to become a problem. I think I can fix that for now just by moving like Israel Mukuamu over. Played corner at South Carolina, and he should be able to fill the role for right now. But yeah, eventually you just can't trade the whole roster. So what do? You got to trade guys, and you take the cap penalty associated with those trades at certain times. So that makes signing guys more difficult. Nah, I can't even make a trade. Is it? I don't. Do I have an issue with the minimum roster size? Maybe since I'm under 50. Minimum roster size. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off, just for the sake of trying to make some more trades possible. All right, there we go. J-Ron Curse, DeMonte KZ, and a 5th gets us a 1st next year from Buffalo. Keanu Neal, Connor Williams, and a 2nd this year is going to give me a 1 and a 2 next year from Seattle. So we'll do that trade. The only other guy I want to trade right now, I think, is Cedric Wilson. And the rest I can hold on to, at least for the time being. Doesn't mean they're going to stay long-term, and they certainly won't, because we had to trade for every first-round pick. But Cedric Wilson will be next to go, I think. Trading Cedric Wilson and Anthony Brown for a 1st next year from the Buccaneers. Also, probably not a bad idea to trade guys who I think are going to get it worse. So if I think guys like La'el Collins, like DeMarcus Lawrence, kind of at that age of regression, I can get my most value for them right now. I think they regress as soon as you can trade them in the offseason. I think that's true. I think it's right after Super Bowl week, maybe. All right, D-Law, a 5th and a 6th next year gets us a 1 and a 1 from Philadelphia. It's not their highest projected pick this year. That one is supposed to be top 5. We got their 2 other first-round picks, and the only other guy I want to trade right now is potentially La'el Collins. I'm not even sure about it, but it's certainly possible. I don't want to decimate the team because I still want to get more team scheme points, whatever those are called, or staff points, so that we can trade even more easily, especially on draft day. Maybe, actually, you know what? Brent Urban's going to be the last one. Collins will be fine. I don't think he's going to regress too much going down or going up to age 29. Maybe stays the same overall. I can't really anticipate him going too far in the wrong direction, if at all. Okay, Brent Urban, La'el Collins actually on the move here, and a 2nd next year. We're getting Javon Holland, a 1st and a 2nd next year. So it's just a pick swap next year, and then basically Urban and Collins for Holland at a 1st. So I think we got pretty good value moving Collins. I feel like that's pretty much good value for the 1st. And then Brent Urban for Javon Holland, if you want to call it like that, is pretty much a steal. We can turn him into a 1st-round pick next year. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with where we are. And I'll just double check, make sure if I want to move anyone else or not. And then it's going to be time to simulate essentially to the draft, really. It's crazy. I traded so many players on this Cowboys team, yet still they went 13-4. That just shows you how strong the playbooks are in this game. But to be fair, we did keep a lot of the big stars, especially on offense. Trey Diggs. We have one of those on the team already. Look at that. At top need at tight end. I mean, Trayvon Diggs more of an offensive player really anyway with his skill set. If I want to re-sign anybody, no. We're going to use that money in free agency if we have any. I think we should have cleared up a pretty good amount of space. Got 36.5 mil. So we might try to sign as many valuable free agents as possible, which doesn't necessarily mean like the top rated guys. But everything we do here is pretty much going to be for trade bait. So I got to go after the valuable players. And there are a few valuable guys in here that I can see. Some of them I can already tell you're going to have like next to no value. Got to go after the younger guys. Ooh, got Teron Armstead and Marcus Williams. Williams is, can I see the contract details? It should show you them. Probably going to be in team salaries though. Teron Armstead is a 1-year deal. So the cap penalty is not going to be significant for trading him next season. However, Marcus Williams does have a long-term deal. Kind of the only way I could get him. But that's okay. It's not going to be too detrimental to move him, I don't think. And I'll just continue here going through the player personnel for trades. And I think I want these. I want to make sure our players are as valuable as possible. Oh, I got to buy this too. All right. We should be able to get that next year. We're going to just miss it out this season. But that's all right for right now. Okay, so we pick at round 1, pick 5. Let me go ahead and pause the draft. Obviously, we're trading back, but I want to figure out the best way I can possibly do this. We have no cap room right now, which means guys are going to have to be traded. We have 2 first rounders this year, all of these picks are going to end up going towards next year's pick. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right now. Only 7 first rounders, which is what, roughly a fourth, like almost a fifth of the picks that we actually need. Trading number 5 in the draft and Connor McGovern to move up to number 2 because it's more valuable. Plus we have the trait that makes it easier to trade up, right? So it's way easier to move up in the draft than it is to trade back, unfortunately. But that number 2 overall pick will hopefully make it easier to acquire multiple picks next year. And I want to do that with the Lions, and I want to get their number 3 and number 13. And the way I can do that is by, with the staff points abusing the game, because they're stupid. I'll trade number 2 for number 1 and nothing else. Just straight up, would you mind if we had that pick for nothing? And yeah, they're cool with it. I mean, it's not possible to acquire multiple firsts from the Lions. Like, this is a trade that would probably go through in real life, just based on the value. But in this game, it is not possible. Adding a 3rd round pick doesn't do anything. Adding in another 3rd round pick wouldn't do anything. So I'm trying to make some crazy trades, but of course the thing pops up that it's putting me over the cap, even though it says I have the cap room. So I'm just going to disable it. I'm not dealing with this glitch. It's going to ruin the entire process. All I'm trying to do is make sure I can get every pick. So whatever it takes, right? And we shouldn't be worried about realism of turning off the salary cap when we're trading for every first round pick. It's like, that isn't real. We're doing a really interesting trade here. It's the number 2 overall projected pick next year. This is a multiple part trade, a 3rd and a 2nd next year. The 3rd's this year. And we're moving back 5 spots projected to number 7 next year. Also getting Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips in the process, which of course will be trade bait. And now I should be making a crazy trade with the Bengals that takes this number 1 pick off my hands. And that number 7 that I just got from the Dolphins will be used in this trade, trading 1-1 this year Zach Martin for Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the Bengals 1st round pick. And they should be pretty bad now without their quarterback. That's my expectation anyway. They can have Zach Martin. They can have the 1st overall pick. But next year, I should be able to turn Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow into their own 1st round picks. That's the idea anyway. And Joe Burrow might even be able to get me 2. So we are up to, and I know we had to swap and move one away. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just still 7 first rounders next year. And I'll trade number 21 this year and a 2nd round pick next year for that pick we got from the Dolphins that we gave to the Bengals that now we have again. All right, so we have 2 4th rounders remaining in this draft. Gonna trade both of them. And the most I'll probably be able to get out of this is, I don't know, a 3rd rounder. I'll do the Bears. It's not even gonna be that. I'll do the 2 4s for a 4 next year. That value doesn't work out, but it's just getting us out of this draft and into the next season where a lot of this is gonna take place. 5-2 at the midseason mark here in week 8, where a lot of trades are gonna happen again. Still, probably more will happen in the offseason, but again, expiring contracts have to go right now. Trading Teron Armstead for number 3 projected from Jacksonville and getting Josh Allen in the process, who I'll probably trade for a 1st round pick or something close to it. Donovan Wilson and Tony Pollard gets me a 1st rounder from the Broncos. Okay, so Ravens won the Super Bowl, but that is not the focus of what's going on here. Got to get to the draft, got to start making some trades. And this is where we have to acquire every 1st round pick. Now or never. Tony Pollard's in free agency. Going after him, Montez Sweat, Aaron Rodgers, and Kareem Hunt. Montez Sweat declined, but we got everybody else. Okay, so we have the number 1 pick, the 3rd, the 4th, but we need to conquer, looks like, some of the NFC North, Bears, Lions, Saints in there as well. Let's go ahead and get started on trying to get every pick in the top 10, and I think we'll move from there. I don't have to get all of these at the same time. It's just, can we take every pick in the 1st round? So let's go ahead and start with the NFC North. Okay, so first trade I don't love, but it's Dak Prescott, 2 1st round picks, and Roquan Smith. The quarterback just has so much value. I wish I could get more out of it, but it's just not, it's not possible because it's not like there are a bunch of teams out here with, you know, 3 1st round picks in the same draft, which we could get that, but there's not a team that fits that description. Micah Parsons, a third this year and a second next year. Gets me a number 2 overall, plus a first rounder next year from the Saints. Hey, remember when I traded for Joe Burrow? Well, he's going to be headed to Detroit. Sorry. Just adding in a 4th rounder gets that done. So 2 first round picks, killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. So Aaron Rodgers, ooh, hold on. The Bucks have green interest in him. It's the only team that does. He's so old that most teams just aren't really too interested. So if I can trade him for players with value, like Tristan Wirfs, Rod God, Antoine Winfield Jr., I'd love that. Nope. I have 3 2024 first rounders. I should be able to get this done. Rodgers, number 19, still. What if I take out number 19 and take out Godwin? All right, this is going to be doable now. Rodgers, a first next year, gets me Wirfs, Winfield, and a second this year, which hopefully I can turn into a first this year as well. Wirfs, Osa Odigizua, and a first next year gets me a first this year, number 8 from Atlanta, and Kyle Pitts. Could be a versatile weapon in a trade package to get me another very high pick. Looking at this team, it's actually crazy the amount of talent that's on it. You just go down the board. I mean, there are so many players I can trade. I gotta be able to get this done. Unless it caps me, it's very possible. Swapping second round picks, Tony Pollard for Saquon, and then it's essentially Kyle Pitts for number 9. Doesn't sound like that great of a trade when I break it down like that, but I think that is. And we're gonna start spending some of these first rounders. Now, the annoying thing from a video production standpoint is we don't see an overall for these guys when we draft them. So we don't really know how good these picks are going to be other than just seeing, you know, their dev trait and some of their attributes, but we don't see any accuracy. We can see that this quarterback seems pretty fun. 82 speed, 91 throw power, great agility, change of direction, things like that. But we don't actually really know how good he is at all. At number 2 overall, we're just going to work our way down the board. Let's take Emmanuel Rudolph, another hidden dev player. 94 speed, good change of direction, acceleration, agility, quite good. Don't know anything about him really from playing corner. He's got a good press. I guess that's something. Caleb Walliser from Ohio State is up next. Has a impact block. Another hidden dev player. Just from a quick look, though, I would doubt. I don't know. You know what? He's got awful pass block, but really good pass block finesse. I don't think he's going to be that good, but maybe low 70s. Going to take a tackle on the other side. It's Michael Drayton from Tennessee. He looks a little bit better than the last one. Also has hidden dev, same strength at 84. Really awful lead block, but seems pretty good otherwise. At number 5, we'll go with Kirk Fender from Iowa State. We're just working our way down the board. Another hidden dev player. Wow, a lot of hidden dev in this draft. Sean Fort's going to go at, what is this, number 6? First normal dev player. We knew it was going to happen at some point. It doesn't look great. Number 7 overall, Thurman Hutton out of South Carolina. Awful zone coverage, but I don't think that's his archetype, right? He looks like more of a pass rusher. Only 80 speed. We don't really know finesse moves or block shedding or power moves. As far as I can... No, we do. It's B power moves. Never mind. That's why I said he was a pass rusher. But also, he's 6'5" something. Probably not going to be an off-ball linebacker. That'd be pretty rare. We'll go Cowboys at number 8 here. We'll take Junior Bird out of Georgia. He better be a speed rusher. I mean, he's got normal dev, 85 speed. Power moves looked real low. And at number 9, last pick before we have to make a trade, because the Eagles have the number 10 pick, we'll go Philip Reedy out of Penn State. We still have a lot of guys to move. This is a defensive tackle pretty much. 6'4", 305, a block shed. Yeah, that is your 3-4 defensive end. He's going to be a run stopper for sure. He looks like an interesting guy. All right, Eagles need a corner. D tackle, quarterback. We don't really have many of those to trade. This could be the Trayvon Diggs move here. I think so. And per usual, I'm going to try to get as much value back as I can, because I think we're going to need to get some of these guys, because we might have to, you know, trade them in the future, is what I'm trying to say. But I don't really like a bunch of my options. I might just try to get multiple picks. Ooh, I'm going to actually have to give up more than just Trayvon Diggs. Do we still have Tyler Biadasz? We do. This should be enough to get it done. I think so. Yes. Diggs is gone, Biadasz is gone, and we have the number 10 overall pick. We'll take back-to-back picks and then probably have to do quite a lot of trading. But we've, made 10 picks after this one. Why not just go with Earl Freeman? We don't really know a ton about these guys. We're just drafting down the line pretty much. Freeman's got really great agility and change of direction, especially for a bigger receiver. 6'2", 212, good speed too. Only normal dev, but looks to be a pretty interesting archetype, at least, of a player. And we don't pick again until number 19. A lot of work to do in the mid-round. Denzel Ward, the Browns corner from Ohio State. This one is the guard from Oklahoma State. Normal dev. He looks all right, though. Zeke straight up for number 12. I don't know if I could have gotten more value out of that. Like, it's possible, I guess, but yeah, I'm not going to mess around with it too much. Like, for number 12, maybe for number 22 it'd be different. I'd try to get more, but after what happened with Trayvon Diggs, I'm like, we're just going to take what we can get. We have Josh Allen and Roquan Smith. We'll try to move Allen with this pick. I'd love to get multiple first rounders. Okay, it's not as far away as you might think. Boom, Terrence Steele, Josh Allen, and a second, number 33 overall. So basically a first round pick gets me number 13 and a first next year. That first next year, of course, will probably be used in a trade. Roquan Smith, Tristan Hill, and a first next year gets me number 14 and also a first from the Raiders next year. So we're moving up next year. And those projected picks still hold the same weight as if they were this year, or as if they were like really at that spot is what I should say. Tyron Smith, 2 seconds. Those are my last 2 second round picks this year. And we are getting number 15 as well as number 7 projected in 2024. Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, and a fourth. So the Dolphins for number 16. Now at this point, like, I would never actually make that trade, but the goal is to get every first round picks by any means necessary. So yeah, that's a bad trade from a team building standpoint, but from accomplishing the challenge standpoint, as you can see, it's going fairly well. Okay, 2024 number 7 projected, number 24 and number 17. So 3 first round picks in 2024 gets me number 17 and Jonathan Taylor. Did I give up too much? Possibly, yeah, for sure. Jonathan Taylor, Amari Cooper gets me number 18 from the Browns, Denzel Ward, and Wyatt Teller. So that feels like a lot I just gave up, but we also got a lot in return. As long as I can make these first round picks, it's all I care about. See, this is the point. Cowboys say we've already committed to using draft picks from this offer elsewhere. Please offer a new trade. I think that might be the cap, unless I spend these picks. So let's go ahead and try that. All right, let's start spending some of these picks because we physically cannot draft, or we can't acquire any more draft picks. I wanted to stay away from the positions we had already drafted. So many picks, dude. Also, do these positions look smaller on the left side of the screen than they usually do? Am I thinking of previous Maddens? Why would they have made those smaller? It feels like there's unused space that could have better been, I don't know, used. All right, let's go. We'll just keep going down the line. Jonathan Greenfield, A awareness, 6'5", 336. Is this Tyron Smith, USC tackle? Tyron Smith listed at 6'5", 320. Greenfield a bit heavier, 6'5", 336 out of USC. Same college. This is our next Tyron Smith, 89 strength, hidden dev. Ooh. He's got low run block finesse, or like average, I guess. But I feel like he could be pretty good. That might be the best tackle in the draft. Best offensive lineman in the draft. Might be. More offensive line. Justin Hedgecock. Maybe relation to Madison Hedgecock. You guys remember Madison Hedgecock? I honestly, for your sanity, hope not. Madison Hedgecock was a fullback for the Giants. That's the only reason why I can say that name. And he went to North Carolina, so not quite the same. Another hidden dev offensive lineman, though. We are cleaning up right now, and we probably should. I mean, we have every pick in the first round pretty much. Let's go Dylan Winston out of also USC, another big boy. Can you imagine those practices? Dylan Winston at defensive end against, I can't remember his name, Greenfield at left tackle at USC. Yeah, it's other sides of the line, but in one-on-one in practice, they would probably face each other quite a bit. So that's a little bit of a fun storyline there for the draft. Ooh, and I'm disconnected from the servers. Classic Madden 22. I can't even click anything right here. Love this game. Next up is Kareem Thierry out of Oregon. D zone coverage. Great attribute there for a pass rusher. We know he's going to be a pass rusher. We can tell that from the traits, yet we got to look at his zone coverage. We don't know. I mean, he's got C power moves, but he's probably a speed rusher. So that's just not relevant. Does have hidden dev. 85 speed at 6'4", 250 is pretty good. Just all depends on how good of an actual pass rusher he is. But man, we have a lot of picks. Not quite 32, but we're probably not too far off. We'll go more offensive line. It's George Williams. He had B for pass block and run block. Also has hidden depth, 6'7", 310. Big boy. First safety off the board is LSU's Chuck Booker. Normal dev, but 88 speed, 95 acceleration. B block shedding. For a safety though, keep in mind. So that might be like in the 60s. Oscar Cole, another corner. This one, back-to-back Penn State players off the board. Cole does have hidden dev. And all 90s for the athletic ratings besides strength. A injury too. Oh, he's going to be healthy. Ooh, Gabriel McMullen. F pursuit, C tackle, C block shed. But he is pretty fast. This player, he's got A power moves. Okay. But for a middle linebacker, so it might be like 70. What a weird player this is. I am super excited to see his true rating. 88 speed. But with F pursuit, C block shed, C tackle, there's no way he's going to be good. It's like a candidate for a position change, maybe to, at the very least, outside linebacker, get that guy rushing the QB more often. Let's go Sidney Logan at running back, A ball carrier vision, only 5'8", 195. It's like a little Darren Sproles type. I mean, I'm sure he's going to have great route running. I'm sure that that's what this player's supposed to be. I bet this is the Darren Sproles build. How many offensive linemen have I drafted? Let's go JJ Muldrow out of Miami. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? We're just going to draft back to back to back to back. I don't really know anything about the second round guys anyway. And that's not the challenge, is draft the best guys. Obviously, I want to. We have 32 swings, ideally, in the first round. But we spent pretty much all that we can right now. So this is kind of the make or break. If we can acquire the Chargers' first round pick, I think they're going to let us do the 32. If not, not looking good. Yeah, Cowboys say, we've already committed to using draft picks from this offer elsewhere. Please offer a new trade, which doesn't even make sense because we are not trading any draft picks, which means we can't have committed to already using the Chargers picks. We don't have the pick. So I don't really know what that's talking about at all. Now, could it be that I need to trade future picks in order to clear up some space? Because I'll add in some future picks to get this done. Nope. Yeah, once again, it just seems like it's not possible. It seems like it caps you off. Every year I wonder, like, could it be different? We have 3 more picks in the first round. But I just don't think there's any way that we can make this possible. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm trading a 7th this year, a 3rd and 4th next year, and I'm getting a 5th this year. So it's letting me make a trade there. Is it just because a player was involved that I couldn't actually trade? Okay, trading number 26. I'm trying to move up as far as possible. 26, a 5th, and a 7th next year for number 22. So we're going to keep trying to spend, picks in the same order, in draft order. But I'm to the point of where I'm doubting if this is actually possible. We're going to go with another running back here, Tresman Rice out of Texas Tech. Another hidden dev player. looks to be pretty decent. Okay, so new strategy. I can trade players for future first round picks, and I think I can trade picks for picks, but I can't trade players for current first round picks. I think that's accurate. I think I worked that out. Now we can test this theory by trying to get this pick from the Patriots. I might be wrong, but I don't know. Based off the previous trade, I think I might be right. Nope, wrong. I think I have reached my cap of picks in the first round. Now, I think I could get whatever future first rounder I want, right? If we were to trade Saquon, for example, and we'll do the Buccaneers. I think, almost no problem we could trade for multiple first round picks even. They have 2. So if we traded Saquon, boom, 2 first round picks. This trade works perfectly. However, I don't think it's going to allow me to get every pick in this first round. I think we've just reached that cap of, hey, you can't have any more picks, because in that, the draft recap section, I bet it's capped. You can only have so many guys. So I could get, 10 first round picks next year, and I might even do that just to show you. I don't think we can get any more in this draft, as sad as that is. Wyatt Teller, CeeDee Lamb gets me a 1 and a 2 from Cincinnati next year. So yeah, I think we've hit the wall. Makes me sad because it's very doable. Like I can see how possible it is. You're telling me if I had the number 23 overall pick on one side and then 3 first round picks, it just won't be accepted. Trade declined because we've already committed to using the draft picks from this offer elsewhere, which doesn't even make sense, by the way. I'm trying to think if there's any way around this. I don't think that there is. Maybe if we traded like our current picks in this year's draft, we could move up. So if we traded number 29 and some other stuff, we could get up to 23. I think that's totally fine. But I think we are only allowed the 2 first round picks that we have currently. I think that's the most we can get. I don't think there's any way where we can get more than 2 from where we are. So I think you were capped at 24 picks. We'll take defensive tackle Clay Woods here from Notre Dame. Does have hidden dev, 90 strength, A pursuit, B power moves. Not a bad looking player. You know what there should be in the draft is the team on the clock. Like if they want to, and I don't know the percentage chance of whether they would want to or not, but if they want to move back, like there are trade offers when you're picking, you should have a team saying like, hey, this is what we're asking for, and we're not going to do the trade. Or I guess, maybe not like 100% no gray area, black and white. We're not going to do the trade unless you give us this exact package. But it should at least be a starting point. I think that would make the draft experience a whole lot better. Because yeah, there are teams that are going to call up and say, hey, we want this pick. We'll give you, such and such, or what would it take to, get this pick from you guys. But on the other hand, there might be a team saying, hey, Minnesota, because we're 24, Vikings not too far away. They might want to jump Miami and LA. Say, hey, Minnesota, we'll give you this pick. Maybe the Dolphins or Chargers want to trade up for this player, or we'll draft this player if you don't move up. So we want to move back. We're willing to make something work. I think that happens too. So there's just nothing like that reflected in Madden, which is a little bit unfortunate, a little bit annoying. And as I said before, we unfortunately have reached the wall here. I just don't think there's anything that can be done to get more picks. I mean, I traded it back 2 spots for nothing. I thought I was trading a future pick. I didn't read it until it was too late. Hold on. I just traded a 2024 to get a 2023 first. So I've gotten another one somehow. Okay. I mean, I'm messing with it a bit. I still don't think it's possible. Maybe you're capped at 25, but I'm still going to try everything I can to get another So number 32 and a first next year gets me 24. Maybe we just have to go one by one. Is it doable in that scenario? It could be. We'll go with... I mean, this quarterback moved up apparently 110 spots in the draft board. He looks horrible. So I don't really want to draft him. Let's go Caleb Kincaid. He also doesn't look good. Does have 87 speed though. Great athletic ratings all around, including throw power at a 90. Not too bad. Trading number 29 and a 6th rounder next year for 27. And oh, do we have to... I don't know. I'm not sure we can really do a whole lot. Because I think if we tried to trade anything for this pick, it's not going to let me. I'll try Jamar Chase. Yeah, not going to work. Number 27 and Kareem Hunt lets me get 25. So we have no picks remaining in this draft, which is good because this will let us know if there's a true cap at 25. I'll go Bradley Radigan. What a Notre Dame name, by the way. He, again, looks kind of like a D tackle. Strength is a little low. 3-4 end. And this is where we'll really see, is there a cap at 25? Is there anything we can do? I think, yeah. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Yep. A pick gets declined. And I assume a player is going to get declined as well. Yeah. I think the cap is 25. I think this is probably what it was last year when we did it. But I don't see any possible way we could get any of the picks left in this draft. I mean, is there a way you can get a second? Or are we just done for the whole draft? I assume we're going to be done for the whole draft. Yep, can't get a second. We're done. So we tried, but once again, we found out you cannot get every first round pick. It was a good effort, but yeah, 25 is the limit. So we are negative 32 mil in available salary cap, and that's because we have to trade, or excuse me, we have to pay every first round pick the salary associated with that pick, and not only associated with it, but the bonus as well. So we have completely crippled the organization. Rudolph, by the way, is a 79 overall. We can see the overalls here. And I don't know, it looks to be a pretty decent draft class. The running back was pretty good. What are his receiving ratings? Sidney Logan. He's got 75 catching. This is the Darren Sproles build. I mean, 100%. 100%. Little, but I mean, kind of stocky though. 5'8", 195. Chuck Booker is the 3rd rated player in the class. Does have normal dev, but looks to be a pretty good player. Pretty well-rounded. It's kind of what you want in a strong safety. Pretty good speed. Great acceleration. Can tackle. Block shedding's not great. 58. Can hit a little bit. Can do a little man, a little bit of zone. Your typical hybrid player. Now, the real question is, how many teams got better players than we did? And there's another running back that was the 2nd highest rated player in the class. The Cardinals drafted a good D tackle. Another running back. Another running back. Another running back. Oh my goodness, how many running backs are there? In the top, like, what, 15 players in the class? Maybe even like 10? There's like 5 or 6 running backs. Here's another one. So many running backs, but that's going to be the video, guys. I don't really see a reason to skip ahead here and show you how the team performs. It's pretty much entirely playbook dependent. The team isn't great. There are a lot of holes, and there are also a lot of players that we traded for previously. Like we have Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle. Kincaid is a 71 overall as well. I mean, I guess I'll simulate to the end of the season just to show you guys. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen this much hidden development. I know I haven't for a fact because, you know, I've never had a 25 picks before. My right tackle is a 71 overall tight end. He's really slow. Can he even catch it all? I'm going to play him at tight end. I'm starting every rookie that I can. And I am interested in seeing the dev traits, so yeah, we will simulate and see what happens. My anticipation is that the team's going to be better than expected, purely because it is Cowboys playbook, and Cowboys playbook is really, really good. Cowboys went 6-11. I'm going to simulate to the Super Bowl so that we can see the player overalls. But yeah, this strategy of building literally only through the draft, 25 first round picks. Yeah, it's a surefire way to get pretty good development traits. That's for sure. Logan, superstar. Bowden, superstar. The entire offensive line now is star, including the tackle playing tight end Walliser. And then defensively, Rudolph was a superstar X Factor. Reedy had superstar dev. So out of 25 picks, Muldrow has superstar dev as well. He got moved around here. But we had, 4 superstars. We're not counting Chase or Waddle, obviously. So 4 superstars, 1 superstar X Factor, and the rest are stars. So that kind of tells you about the hit rate on those dev traits. Maybe, 3 or 4 superstars in the first round of every draft, 1 superstar X Factor, and it looks like 20 star players, which is kind of a lot. I feel like more than we usually get, but that's going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
It's insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, Papa turn taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speedbird's good.